everyone that esteems this whole baddie aesthetic, this whole baddie lifestyle, this whole look and ideology behind it, are all part of this as well. All of you females promote this behavior, and the attacker and victim put themselves in that predicament. How I see it is, these are the choices that you make in life.
And you feel like because of this specific aesthetic, that's why they ended up in that situation?
It's not just about the aesthetic, it's about the lifestyle and the mindset, and that's what put them in this predicament. So it's very hard for me to feel sorry for any of these females.
Love you, Issa. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I think from what I understand, the police report said that what's her name, Rielle, she was under the influence of something, and she was behind the car. That's one of the main reasons that there's a lot of fatalities and a lot of accidents that happen in the UK. So I wouldn't say it's to do with the lifestyle. I would say it was just another drunk driving accident. Why?
That's
why
not true, because there's literally videos of them fighting before that. This is way before even a drunk driving. They were clearly fighting. They clearly were out doing what community boxes do best, being 304s. This is more than just jumping in a car and being influenced by a drink. It's all over the internet. They're fighting. It's more than that.
Yeah, no, I saw, love you, Ita. I saw that there was like an altercation before, but like I don't see how it links to their lifestyle, because loads of people, when they come out of the club on a Friday or a Saturday or whatever day it is, end up in scraps. They end up fighting. I mean, it's more prominent, I would say, if anything, within the white society versus
YT.
Yeah, sorry, the YT society than it is within our society, 100%. I don't see how now
we're not talking about. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with racism. This is nothing to do with racism. This is about two community boxes who clearly are degenerate.
How do you
That's
know
what it's about. It's about degeneracy. Are you serious?
Yo, everybody, big up to all you guys on Kick. Big up to the guys on Kick that are talking. Big up to you guys, man. Appreciate all of you, man. Big ups, guys saying love, shout out from Toronto. Big up Super Neat from Toronto. Big up Omar, big up Daniel, big up OGCATW, big up Sam. Yeah, big up to you guys, man. I'm not really sure how Kick works. So, yeah, I'm not really sure how Kick works, bruv. But I'm going to work it out, trust me. So, big up to you lot. Anyway.
Well, have you been there when they lost their virginity? Like, how do you know?
One of them is literally an escort and sells her nyash. What are you talking about?
Yo.
Well, how do you know the other one's not a virgin?
What?
So, someone that shows their butt all over the internet somehow is now a pure abstinent woman?
Looks can be deceiving.
It's not about looks. They both have BBLs. They both show their nyash all over the internet. You go on their Instagram, you can practically see them naked.
Well, I just feel like what a woman does in her private time and what she chooses to like have in between her legs is her business. I don't feel
it's her business, and guess what? It's going to leave a lot of you females unalived. It is what it is. You can do whatever you want with your box. Hey, no one's stopping you. I'm just sitting and watching and saying these are the consequences that you females are dealing with.
Yeah, but from what I understand, were they fighting over a man, or were they just fighting over girly issues? Like,
they were fighting over a man. All right. They were fighting over a guy, and I'm pretty sure the type of guy they were fighting over was probably some rapper, some money man rapper with bust down chains and bust down watches. I could pretty much confidently guess that, bro. These type of girls are not gonna be fighting over an average guy. It's just, bro, let's keep it real. Yeah, these girls were in Mayfair. Anyone that knows London and knows Mayfair is a very expensive area to be in, especially if you're going out and going to a club. That club is not going to be cheap at all. It's not even going to be reasonable prices in there. Yeah, so the kind of guys that they're gonna be in there potentially fighting over are gonna be a certain type of guy.
You know, if they were
Word
like,
in the street is it's over a man. And when you take a look at the video, you hear a very short sentence of "you effed my."
oh, okay.
So how I see it is, they have this coming. This was always going to happen, and it's only going to get worse because this is what you females are talented at doing.
You say females as if you're not one. Do you class yourself as something different?
I don't care what you can classify me as whatever you want. I don't talk about me. I talk about the topic at hand.
Oh, well, no, I feel like it's a tragic thing that's happened, and I don't like the narrative that you're going with, trying to blame these two. You know, I mean, yeah, they probably had their ways, but like, damn, they you've got someone facing a case and someone who's fighting for her life. How are you going to turn that into a bashing session against them?
Because all of this is degeneracy. That's why. See, they chose to live a certain type.
Big up to Minister for following me on Kick. Big up to you, man. King Rich is on Kick.
The lifestyle. They chose to have a certain type of mentality, and this is what comes with it. Not every single woman is fighting another woman and getting ran over by a car. Now, I understand violence happens, but it happens for a reason. Now, this wasn't random.
You can't be justifying violence. Like that doesn't make any sense. Violence.
I'm not justifying it. I'm saying choices. This is what choices leads to. Things
Yeah,
don't
but then you
see.
can say that
Things
about
don't
someone
happen.
getting into a car not wearing a seatbelt, then they deserve to be
Well, she
that's
chose.
fine.
Okay, the reality is, right, the victim chose to put herself in that environment. Okay, she chose to be degenerate and put herself in a degenerate environment, and the attacker clearly is part of that world as well. If you choose to be in the underbelly of society, then guess what, you are going to get closer and closer to the worst predicaments that are going to happen.
I will say this, yeah, as a guy, like, I've chosen not to put myself in certain environments around certain types of people because I know that if I put myself in those situations, there's a higher probability that something can go wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? It's very important that you understand the environment you're in and the people you're around. Yeah, it's very important because you can't be like, I can't believe this happened or I can't believe that if you put yourself around like crazy people. Do you get what I'm saying? It's very like, bro, you have to really be smart and carry yourself smart. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, obviously this girl who's a victim, she didn't go there thinking that something like this would happen. But like, for the point that this woman in the video is trying to make, that, you know, if you put yourself in a certain kind of environment, you got to understand the possibilities that are around you in that environment. And a lot of these possibilities might be negative.
I don't fully agree with that statement because I feel like
And I
there could
wouldn't-
be people walking, minding their business, coming home from work, gym, picking up their kids, and end up in a situation.
Well, that's not what happened.
With the same consequences.
But that's not what happened, though. This is not what happened.
How many hit and runs
No,
are
we're
in the
talking
UK?
about we're talking about this, though. That's not what happened. What happened is you have two community boxes fighting over a man that was never even going to marry them.
And he was probably
The man is probably clapping cheeks with another chick right now. So this is not about a random innocent bystander or random person walking home and gets ran over. These are literally two community boxes fighting.
Yeah, so it's all the man's fault, basically. If it wasn't for the man trying to act big, trying to play two girls at the same time, none of this would have happened. Why are we?
This
has nothing to do with that.
Yo,
That is
this woman's trying to say it's a man's fault. She's trying to say it's the man's fault. She doesn't even know who the man is. She doesn't even know if it was over a man, even though it was over a man. And she's saying that the fact that this woman here ran over the other woman is the man's fault. that is insane. That is insane, bro. Like, she just wants to remove all accountability from the woman who was driving. This, you can't make this up. You cannot make that up. That is the wildest thing I've ever heard, bro. Like, it's the man's fault. The man who was nowhere in the vicinity. He wasn't there. It's the man's fault. This crazy. Let's carry on.
That is probably the worst take. So you're going to blame the man who did nothing.
What do you mean?
He did nothing. He didn't. Was he fighting them? Did the man put hands on these chicks?
He's the reason behind.
Did the man put hands on any of them?
He might as well have.
No. Answer the question. Be honest. Did the man put hands on them?
Emotionally, yes, he did. Emotionally,
no, we're not talking about emotionally. Physically, did he put hands on them?
Not physically.
No, he didn't. Did he jump in the car?
He might as well have.
No. Did he though?
What? This woman said that the man might as well have jumped in the car. Now, let me make this really clear. R.I.P. If this woman has passed away, this Claudia woman, if she's passed away, rest in peace, R.I.P. Yeah, it's a tragic thing that's happened to you, and it's not fair that this happened to you. Yeah, but for this woman to try and make out like it's the man's fault that this happened is crazy, bro. Like, that's wild. This is absolutely insane.
Did he? Because from what I know, there's only one person that's behind bars now and one person that's in the grave, and it ain't a man.
Exactly, but it's his fault.
It's not his fault because these are two grown women. They're in their 30s, okay? How are you going to blame a man for what a bunch of community boxes do in their 30s? Are they not too... don't they have two brains?
The man's probably in his 40s with like 7 kids that he doesn't even look at.
Oh my God, this woman speaking is so stupid. What? Like, you just literally just divert from the truth and reality, bro. These are all adults and grown people. Her only rebuttal is, oh, he's probably in his 40s and got 7 children. Bruv, what the hell difference does that make to anything that has happened or what we're saying? And it's not even true. That's the worst thing. Like...
So what? Clearly he's doing well if 2 women are fighting over him. Let's be real.
Well, he sounds like Community D to me.
Well, guess what? Community D is winning because he's alive and out of prison. Who's winning? Who really won?
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. We need to be advocating for...
Who really... No, we don't need to advocate for nothing.
Yeah, we need to advocate for women to do better and not go with these Community D men who don't know what they're doing, trying to play and put girls in between.
It has nothing to do with men.
Oh my God. We need to advocate for women to not pick the men that they want to pick. This is stupid. Listen, women are hypergamous. They go for looks and money, bro. They want to get the best guy that they think that they can get. And certain types of women, they are impressed by superficial things. All right? I'm sure the ilk of these type of women, they're gonna want to get with a man who has money, has nice cars, nice chains, bust down watches, designer clothes, probably got clout, maybe some rapper, entertainer, somebody like that, fam. Let's keep it real. They're not fighting over an average dude. And you probably don't want an average dude either. So I don't know why you're just chatting a bag of breeze. Like, this is garbage. What this woman says is garbage. We need to advocate. Bro, guys have been telling women stop going for Chads and Tyrones and stop just chasing men with money. And guess what? Men that say that, they get shamed, bro. They got called that they're broke. They get called incels. They get called insecure. They get called ugly. They get called misogynists and narcissists. So what are you talking about? Advocate for women. Advocate what exactly? What are you on about?
It has nothing to do with man. This is what you females do. You still want to blame the man when it was a literal woman who attacked another woman, but you want to say it's the man's fault.
It's
Do you know
all
how
the man's
nuts
fault,
that
because if you
sounds?
look at
It's
the
not the
root
man's
cause-
fault. It's
Yes.
not the man's fault.
Absolutely. So if a doctor diagnoses you with a failing kidney, right, you don't just look at the reason why you look at the reason why you have the failing kidney. So you have to look at the reason why.
But this
all
is
this
nothing to do
happened.
with failing.
That is a poor analogy. Very, very weak analogy. That analogy doesn't even fit this situation.
Kidney. This is literally a man who didn't commit to anyone and is having a good time. No one
Exactly.
asked them to catch feelings. He didn't do nothing.
That's not
He
a man
literally
of
didn't
God.
do nothing.
He's not a man of God. If he was
No
a man
one
of
said
God,
he was. No one said he was a man.
Now this woman's saying he's not a man of God. Nobody here is in church. Nobody in there was in church. Big up Daniel for the super chat. I bet this mindless being picks those brothers. That's what I'm saying. This woman talking, saying all of this stuff, she probably goes for the same type of guys as well. What's she talking about? Or she would like to anyway. She talking about the man is not a man of God. If the guy is dating multiple women and he's single, like, I'm sorry, like that's what he's doing, bro. And I'm sure a lot of women are doing the same thing. It's not like he was one of their husbands or something. Like, what's going on here?
Of God.
but this is what I'm saying. We should be advocating for men to be men of
No,
God.
it has nothing to
read
do
in the
with men.
Bible.
It has nothing
and
to
all
do.
the-
Of course, yeah, we should be advocating for men to be men of God and then women just to do whatever the hell they like. Listen to this woman, absolutely full of crap. We should advocate for men to be men of God and do the right thing, and women can just do whatever they want. They should just do whatever they want, bro. Why? Because they're women. So just let them do whatever they want. But men, you gotta be men of God though. You can't date multiple women. No, you can't do that. Crazy.
With man. No, this is nothing to do with God. These are two community boxes who put themselves in this position. You want to tell me about God?
Yeah,
They chose to spread their legs
also need to
open.
get closer
No,
to God.
they chose to spread their legs open. That's what they chose to do. They chose to spread their legs open and try and get a man with money. And clearly they're failing.
He who is without sin shall cast the first stone. You know, we shouldn't be judging these females off what they've done, because, you know, like, at the end of the day, people mess up. I feel like we should put the blame on the man.
No, there's not. The man has nothing to do with it.
You're
That's the
sitting
truth,
here
because the
blaming
man,
women for
yes, I'm
being
going to
women.
blame the woman, because the woman's the one that
And you
attacked
wait-
her,
and you weren't gonna call out
and
the
the
man?
victim is the one that put herself in that predicament.
Sorry, I don't think if she knew she was going to leave her house and end up being completely unalived, she would leave her house. She didn't.
No,
put herself in
I
that
think she
predicament. It
chose to
happened.
risk. She chose to risk her life because clearly, this man didn't value her that way. The man was just clapping cheeks. The man never married her.
So what you're telling me? She decided to get her hair done, put makeup on, to put herself. No, that's like saying anyone that leaves their house, you're putting yourself. in
What
a
I'm saying is,
situation
what I'm
where
saying
you
is,
could get
if you choose to put yourself in a certain environment with certain people, then you are choosing to sacrifice your safety. Yes, you
You're
are.
nowhere safe. Then getting in
Yes.
the car isn't safe.
Yes,
getting
she
on a
is.
plane isn't safe. Getting on a plane isn't safe. Then what?
No.
What are you on
It's not about that. Listen, do you really think this rapper is the safest man to be with? Do you think the people he hangs around, do you really think people who hangs around are law-abiding citizens, are stable people? No, she chose to be around that environment. They both did. And that's just
Right.
the reality.
And-
So I'm
and
not
then-
going to blame the
so
man. The man
unfortunately-
has every red flag known to earth. You take a look at this man and you know damn well to stay far away from him. But they didn't choose that. They
Well,
chose to open their legs.
Unfortunately, they're victims to this society. That's told
They're not
us
victims
that
to
we
that.
are. Yes, they are.
They're victims to society now. Like, you literally are saying anything. The first thing that comes to your head, you're literally saying it. They are victims to society because they both wanted the same guy. And the guy was obviously a guy who doesn't care about them. The guy was probably just sleeping with both of them. But they're victims of society. Like, this is absolutely insane.
Their minds have been poisoned and ruined, and
By
they
who?
believe by this lifestyle, and it's not just mutually exclusive to the BLK community.
We're not talking about just the BLK community though, because clearly we can see she's a YT failure. So this ain't just about the BLK community.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But these women are victims. They're not.
They're not victims, bro. To be honest, Claudia's the victim, because Claudia's the one that got run over by this other girl. She's the victim. But like, in terms of who women decide to date, and if they decide to date the same type of guys who are no good guys, they're not victims, bro. In that respect, they're not victims. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this woman's not making any sense. She just wants to pass the blame off onto a guy. Like, this is weird. This woman in the green got in her car and she ran over this woman in the white. End of. And they were arguing and fighting over a guy. End of. Like, there's nothing else to talk about here. Like, this is mad.
No, they're not victims. No, they're not victims. They chose.
The real villain here is the man.
No, they're not victims. Females are the ones who chose this reality. They are the ones who chose this. They chose to be liberated, and liberated got them straight to the streets, and one in prison and one nearly to the grave. They're not victims. This is the choice that they made. I don't know how we are still blaming a man when he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he was the reason behind why they ended up fighting.
No, he didn't. He didn't tell them to fight, though. He didn't tell them to fight. They chose to fight.
Yo, hey, in the chat, don't start talking about other YouTubers, bruv. If you want to go and find other YouTubers, go find them, bro. Like, I'm not here to flipping promote other YouTubers. No one promotes me, bro. All right? So cut that out now, bruv. Like, I'm not Mr. Get Along Gang anymore. It's not Get Along Gang anymore, bro. Like, you lot just, bruh. Like, bruh. Support the video, fam. Support this live stream. You want to go support other people? Go support other people. Fine, cool. Well, don't make some big back and forth talk about other YouTubers, bro. I'm not having it, bro. Don't do that. We got Spice J for the super chat, from the Canadian super chat. Hope all is well. Keep the videos. Support the lives, you bots. Like the video. Yeah, big up to Spice Jab. Appreciate you, fam. Alright, let's get back into this. And everyone, remember, big up to the 11 people that are following me on Kick. Yeah, we're gonna get the numbers up on Kick. Trust me, but by force, bro. Yeah, by force. Anyway, let's get back into it.
He knew what he was doing.
He didn't do anything. He was just clapping cheeks.
Yeah, he's a POS.
What does that mean?
But why are you so focused on the guy? Why is this woman talking so focused on the guy? The guy is not the guy. The guy is not the one that was driving the car.
Like a piece of shite.
Oh, don't say that, please. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I was trying.
Yeah, thank you for that. So so what if he was a POS? They chose to lay down with that man. That's what. See, this is what I don't understand. females is you want to blame the man for being who he is, but you won't blame the woman who chooses to lay down with a POS. That's backwards to me. They knew he was a POS. I can take a look at this man and know.
Big up Maria in the chat. Big up King Riches. Appreciate you. Big up Maria. Hey, listen, if you use Kick to watch other people, watch me now. It's my time. Watch me on Kick, yeah? I'm going to be doing IRL streams on Kick because YouTube is on some sabotage thing with King Riches, and it's been like that for a couple years. So now it's time to use other platforms as well. All right, big up Maria. Anyway, let's get back into it.
He is not serious. I don't need to speak to the guy. I don't need to hear his voice.
Yeah,
I took a look at the pitch and I realized, wow, well, he's right now clapping on the cheeks. I know that already. So how are you blaming the man for being who he is?
And I'll tell you
rather than blaming the woman who chose to be with a man like that.
Yes, because a lot of women don't get brought up with great father figures in their lives. They don't know what a great example of a man is. They don't don't know, what to look for, what qualities to look for in a man. And unfortunately, they've become conditioned to the city girl lifestyle and think, well, this is what is good. This is what looks good. This is what.
And whose fault is that if they don't have a good male role model to look up to? Whose fault is that? Why are they growing up in an environment where there's no man to look up to? Whose fault is that?
Everyone
Who conditioned them? Who conditioned them? Who conditioned these females?
It's society that we live in.
No, society didn't do that.
Absolutely.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Who did? Someone did, but it wasn't society.
Yeah, you look at magazines, you look at Instagram, you look at all of these social media platforms, you look at everything. The only thing that's glorified.
Bro, the way some of these people talk about women is like women are actually children who can't make logical adult decisions and make adult choices. Like, if you actually listen to the rhetoric of a lot of people that try and go on like, oh, women, it's never women's fault, it's never a fault, it's society, it's men, it's this, it's that, bro. Like, so what? They are unable to make logical decisions. Like, you're talking about them like they are incapable of making logical decisions. Like, oh, because society said in a magazine that you should date drillers and trappers, so that's why they have to date drillers and trappers. That's stupidity at that point. Like, that's crazy.
Who's pushing this lifestyle?
And the media?
No. Who is it? What gender is it? Because it's not men telling females to be baddies. It's not men telling them to get a BBL. Men are actually saying, be a wife. Get a husband.
No, they're
Keep
not.
your legs closed. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
No. Sorry. A lot of men want 304s. Don't.
Yeah.
Chads and Tyrones and those guys that flash money. Yeah, the guys that you lot go after and lust after and chase after. Yeah, Chads and Tyrones, bro. Yeah, they don't. Of course, they don't want no wifey, bro. Because they getting women, all sorts of women, all the time. They got a roster. Like, see, this is the thing. These women, whenever they complain about men and they say men are dogs or men are abusive, they treat them bad and blah, blah, blah. They're talking about the guys that they chase after. Because if it was a guy they wasn't chasing after, they wouldn't stick around for that long. They wouldn't stick around to find out that he's a dog. They wouldn't stick around to find out that he's abusive. They wouldn't stick around. Ding, 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 ding. That's the point, fam. If they were talking to a guy that they wasn't chasing after, that they didn't lust after and thirst for, they wouldn't stick around long enough to find out that he's a dog or that he's an abusive guy, fam. See, that is where the point lands.
One night, not as a wife. That's the point. But when it comes to actually being respected as a woman, men have always made it clear you need to act like a woman with standards, or you're going to get disrespected on a daily. And these females chose that lifestyle. They chose to degrade themselves. And somehow you expect a man to respect you?
These were innocent women who were conditioned to be in the society. They deserve justice. I want to start a petition to find out the identity of this man. And get him to take some accountability, maybe pay some court
No,
fees.
it has nothing to do.
What the fuck did this woman just say? She was to start a petition to find this man and make him pay court fees because these two women. Oh my god, bro. This one's making my head hurt, bro. Like, this woman in the green got in her car and she ran over this woman in the white. And you're saying that these women are both innocent and that we need to go and find the man so he has to pay money. It's the woman that did the crime to the other woman, bro. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about. You are actually psycho. You're a psychopath at this point. Some feminist psychopath.
do with the man. You're absolutely nuts to say that. And that's why I say it's only going to get worse because of females like you. More of these females are just going to be unalived. And they're going to do the dirty work themselves. This is only going to happen more because of females like you. Instead, you rather blame the man for who he is than telling. No. You don't speak for women because the reality. No, you don't, because you won't say no. Don't speak for me. I don't need you to speak for me. You speak for the community boxes that you're a part of, because clearly you rather enable that behavior than actually call it out for what it is.
If a woman wants to be a 304, I'm going to cheer her on to be the best 304 she can be.
Wow, this woman just said if a woman wants to be a 304, she would cheer her on. Big up Daniel for another super chat. This is why I call them mindless beings. I'm done. Bro, as soon as you hear any chick start talking crazy like this, just know there's nothing you can do with them, bro. They're gone, bro. They're lost. She just said if a woman wants to throw her box around and be a 304, she's going to cheer her on and tell her to be the best 304 she can be. This is the same woman that said literally 10 minutes ago, we need to advocate for men to be men of God. This is the same woman. This is what did I just say? You lot, press 1 in the chat. What did I just say? She's saying that men need to be men of God, but women can do whatever they like. Be a 304. Go and sell box. It's fine. It's fine. Big up Omar for the super chat. Feelings will always be a woman's GPS. Bro, this is beyond feelings. This is just being a psychopath at this point, bro. This is crazy. Big up Spice Jab for following me on Kick. Big up to you. Big up to you, my bro. Hey, if you haven't done so already, follow me on Kick. If you're on YouTube, like the video. Yeah, hit the super chat. Support what I'm doing over here, because YouTube doesn't support me at all in any shape or form. Actually, YouTube act like the ops right now. Big up DJ Ines Inicio. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but big up to you, my brother or sister, for following me on Kick. Yeah, as you can see in the middle of the screen, Kick King Riches. Yeah, that's my username. But bruh, like this woman's just full of crap. Anyway, let's go on.
Like what?
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, I'm live. Someone said, "Is he reacting to a live?" I'm reacting to YouTuber by the name of Remnant Princess. She put out this video today talking about the incident that happened between the two female influencers, RielleUK and KlaudiaGlam. Rielle ran over KlaudiaGlam outside a nightclub in Mayfair, London. All right, let's go. Hold on.
That's my point. You enable this behavior. You see?
You better get first place in 304s if I'm on your side.
You see? But you see what I'm saying? You enable this behavior. You see?
Big up to Spice Jab. Your Kicks Gaming is in the COD section and not just chatting. Oh, let me see. That's what I'm saying. I'm not Kick savvy yet. I'm gonna fix it. Thanks for letting me know.
This is how the victim and attacker became in this reality, because they tried to be the best 304. They got the BBLs, they got the lifestyle, they got paid for their nyash. They were being the best 304 until one is now in prison and one is literally on the grave. They took your advice and look at them now. Look at them now.
Yeah, but what's wrong with using men for money?
Wow. This woman said, what's wrong with using men for money? What? This is crazy, fam.
What do you mean, what's wrong with using men for money?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? Like, I don't understand. Like,
it's
that
this is the same woman that's saying we should advocate for men to be men of God. And then she said, what's wrong with using men for money? And then she also said, if a woman wants to be a 304, she's going to support women being the best 304 they can be. This woman is full of shit.
degenerate.
Men are meant to be providers. Like, that's actually an old school mindset.
See, and what have I always said? Whenever you hear them talk about men need to be providers, just know that this woman, all she cares about is your money, bro. She wants you to pay for everything. This is not somebody that is wifey material. They start off talking about men providers, bro. She's probably a gold digger, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Providing, provision, all that providing means is that you can make sure that there's food in the stomach and there's a shelter. That's all provision is. It's not about Moncler or Van Cleef bracelets or eating at the most expensive restaurants, Gaucho and all this rubbish, bro. It's not about that stuff. Provision is making sure that you've got food to eat and you've got a roof over your head. That's provision, bro. All this extra luxury lifestyle is just vanity. Anyway,
It's not old school mind. That's not old school mindset.
Like it goes back to the hunter-gatherer.
It's not. You're saying so you're basically trying to normalize selling your coochie.
No, I didn't say selling your coochie.
But that's what you said. Using men for money. What do you think? What do you think using men for money actually is?
Well, it depends how
selling yourself.
It depends how good you are at the game. Like not everyone has to give up coochie to get money. So it just depends on how good you are at the game.
You're still selling yourself for money.
Wow.
Not really.
So you advocate for females to sell themselves for money.
I advocate for all women and whatever it is that they want to do, whether one wants to.
You see what she said? I advocate for all women and whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do, it doesn't matter to this woman, bro. As long as it's a woman, she is supporting it.
Be a cool girl, whether one wants to be a doctor, like I'm gonna stand beside them.
Wow.
Yeah, you keep doing that, and this is why I say they deserve. This is why I say they deserve for what happened. It's not why, because this is what you females enable. You're going to hell. This is what you females created. This is what you created. This is what the rest of you females do. And somehow I'm supposed to feel sorry for that?
Yeah, like, what, do you not have a heart? I don't get it.
No, I don't have a heart for degeneracy.
You're going to hell, you.
I don't care.
Like, you don't care about the afterlife?
I care about being consistent.
You should ask
yourself that.
You
are normalizing.
Consistency gets you.
Listen, it doesn't. You can feel however you feel.
Those are God's creations. I'm appreciating them.
You're not appreciating God's words.
Yes, I am.
That doesn't even make any sense. You are literally advocating. You're advocating for women to sell themselves, and then you want to say God in the same sentence.
Absolutely, those are God's creations.
Wow. This woman is a total contradiction. Oh my God. Women selling box or women just using men for money is not God's creation, bro. That's an abomination, actually. What the hell?
Are you sober?
I'm absolutely sober. I actually
don't think like you are.
Why? Because I have a different point of view. You're the one who's saying
because nothing that you say, because everything that you say contradicts with everything you're saying. At one minute you're saying
contradicts with humanity.
How is what I'm saying contradicts with humanity? How?
Because you're saying that two people who had something tragic happen to them deserved it. Like, what are you, the Antichrist?
Because they put themselves in that predicament. That's why they chose to be a part of the underbelly of society. They chose to be around certain people for money and did whatever they could to be around that. So what do you actually expect the outcome is going to be? What, happy life? That's not always going to be the outcome. They're fighting over a man.
Unfortunately, in life, there's things that are eye-opening. Maybe this needed to happen to them in order to understand that, they need to do better, get closer to God, etc. But you sitting there saying
nothing to do with God.
To them,
that's called life.
That's called life.
That's called life. It's called life. For example, if you choose to sell your body, if you choose to be around criminals, if you choose to be around people in the underbelly, and you don't care about how it's affecting your society, you don't care how it's affecting your community, you don't care about the influence you have, then no, I do believe you deserve it. I'm sorry, because that's what these females do. Okay, they are the ones. You talk about people conditioning, but these are the females who are on social media and pushing this image.
They're literally influencers. Like, these women are influencers. In what way do you think they're influencing when this is what they show? This is what they put out. This is their image. Like, I don't see how she doesn't understand this. Anyway.
They're the ones who are doing it.
Oh yeah, everybody follow me on Kick. King Rich is on Kick. Alright?
This isn't new. Like, literally, like, it's selling your body and stuff. It's one of the oldest occupations in the world. It even goes back to biblical times. Like, how do you know they weren't single mothers that needed to put food on the table? Like, who are you to judge them for how they make money?
That's even worse. That's even worse if she's a single mom. She's lazy. She don't care about the pitney. She only cares about men and taking D.
What if they could only support their lifestyle with doing what they done?
No, that's BS. That's BS, alright? Like, oh, what if they could only do that? Big up Eugene Steele for the super chat. Females, bruh, like, this is just crazy. I just think like this, yeah? And this applies to men as well, yeah? If you choose to do crime, or you choose to sell box, or you choose to do anything else degenerate, bruv, I'm sorry. You didn't have to do that, bro. Like, you could have gone and got a normal job, but probably you think you're too good to do a regular job like other people. You probably look down on those regular people. A lot of these IG model girls, they will look down on other women that do a normal job, because they got some men out there that are willing to sponsor them. This is the truth. And a lot of these guys out here, you know, they're drilling and trapping, they're selling class A, class C, they're doing all kinds of things, fraud and all of these things. And then they're looking down on guys that do regular jobs. Oh, he's lame, he does a 9 to 5. Oh yeah, I'll sleep with his girl, I'll take his girl. All of this crap. Big up Jay Breezy for following me on Kick. Big up to you, my bro. Big up Jay Breezy. Yeah? Yeah. Now, oh yeah, you just work a 9 to 5. You're not like me. You can't buy the car I got. You can't buy the chain I got. And then when these guys get thrown in prison, oh, we should feel sorry for them. Yeah, free him. No. Should stay there, bruv. Should stay there, fam. You did the crime, you do the time. Simple as that. Crazy. Anyway.
You live in the UK. That's absurd. We don't live in a third world country. Get out of here. No. That is the worst excuse. We live in 2026 in the UK. Okay, you can literally get a free house and get free money. Here? You can still get free house and free money in the UK. That's not an excuse.
See,
thank you,
the sincere. Thank you, G9. You're advocating for people to live off the state. At least they're out there making money. What's wrong with you? Why are you advocating for people to live off the
Why can't you get a basic normal job? It's lazy. It's lazy.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're not living off the government, are they?
If you choose to be a part, if the only way, then you choose. Then listen. The reality is,
you can't have it both ways.
If you can, you can, because you can make better choices for yourself. And what you have is these females choose to make the worst choices for themselves. And I'm not going to feel sorry for them. No, I'm not. I'm not going to feel sorry for the attacker. I'm not going to feel sorry for the victim, because they are both the problem in society right now. These two females and anyone that enables this behavior is the problem.
No, they see, to me, they're self-employed. They're self-employed. They're making their own money. They're their own bosses. They're working their own schedules. Like, they're not a burden to society. You know, like, what's wrong with that?
This woman is talking like she knows these people, bro. They are doing this, they're doing that. You don't know these people, man. Shut up. What the hell is going on?
Like, I don't get it.
A burden to society. That's why I say you contradict yourself, because at one minute you say, well, people are conditioning them, but no one's conditioning them. These are the females who are pushing this on social media, okay? These females have masses of following. They have so many different women who follow this behavior. They are the ones who are poisoning society.
Yeah.
Why? By encouraging more women to be self-employed and look after themselves, and like, you know,
they're encouraging females to sell coochie.
No, they're promoting entrepreneurship. They're promoting entrepreneurship.
That's not entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Like, just like all these women that go on OF and sell pictures and videos of themselves in naked. Entrepreneurship. I guess all these women that sell box on the street corner are entrepreneurs as well. This is crazy, bro. This is the craziest talk I've ever heard.
Remember you said it. You said it's one of the oldest thing in history.
Yeah,
that's not
oldest
entrepreneurship.
In history, yeah.
It's not entrepreneurship. It's selling yash. What are you talking about?
But
I mean, entrepreneurship. That's selling yash.
But who are you to judge? Like how they make their money? They're still entrepreneurs.
No, that's not entrepreneur. That's someone selling yash. It doesn't take intelligence to sell yash.
Yeah, but what if they have people working under them? Then that would make them an employer.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it would make them a pimp, you idiot. What the hell? She said, what if there's people working underneath them? It would make them a pimp. Are you okay? This is the craziest woman I've ever heard before. This is crazy.
It would just make them maybe a PAMP. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, no, they would literally be like the CEO.
No, they wouldn't be a CEO.
Yes, they would. Like, if they would just be community.
They would just be full-time community boxers who sell nyash. That's what they would be.
When's the last time you went to church?
Oh my God. Now this woman wants to start talking about church after she's calling these women. Oh God, bro, you're making my head hurt, bro. This is crazy, bro. This is making my head hurt worse than any punch I've taken in the last few weeks, bro. Like, this is crazy.
It's none of your business.
Because I just feel like you're not close to God. Like, the judgment and the tone and everything.
I'm not close to God because I'm shaming community boxers. So here you are. So here you are saying that entrepreneurship.
He without sin shall cast the first stone.
I don't care. You are a hypocrite.
No wonder you.
She's trying to use God to justify women who sell box or sell sex in various ways and forms. This is mad. This is blasphemy at this point.
Females are unaliving.
Look,
I'm not shocked. Look,
I stand for all women.
Look at the female who enables this behavior, and you wonder why they're unaliving. Take a look at these females who enable this behavior. I'm not surprised that more and more of you are being offed in society.
See,
because this is mental.
That just sounds really hateful. No,
it's not. It's reality. Yeah. It's reality. This is reality.
But I just feel like, look, these women, self-employed entrepreneurs out there doing their thing, rinsing these men, taking everything they can. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, I don't.
Wow. She called these women self-employed and rinsing these men for everything they can. She doesn't see anything wrong with that. And every minute she keeps talking about God in the next sentence, trying to use God to justify this behavior. This is just weird at this point.
How is that true if they're actually being unalived?
Well, look, this is a tragic case. Instead of sitting there calling them 304s, maybe you could be saying, look,
this is actually happening more and more. This is actually becoming more and more common. A lot of these females are being unalived. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
they're not living their best life.
Okay, but we understand that there's a femicide going on in the UK. It's not just down to people that live certain lifestyles. It happens through DV. It happens through.
We're talking about this though. We're talking about this. But what? We're talking about this though.
Okay, so is one unaliving more important than the other? The end result. One
could literally be avoided. All of this that happened could have been avoided.
Okay, and if someone didn't get into a car today, they wouldn't have had a car crash.
They chose not to.
Okay, if someone
that wasn't a car crash. That wasn't a car crash. That was not a car crash. That was an attempted murder.
Yes, it was a car crash.
No,
it was a car crash.
She ran her over.
Under the influence.
That's not a car crash.
The woman said that it was a car crash. Oh my God. This woman tried to say that the whole incident was a car crash. It wasn't a car crash, you idiot. Wow. I can't believe she said that. She said it was a car crash, bro. Fam. She ran the woman over. I saw the video, bro. I saw it. Like, I saw it. The raw footage of her running her over and reversing back over her. I saw the video, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You nutcase, bro. Like, oh my God, bro.
Crash. She literally got into the car and ran her over. What are you talking about? Why are you lying?
Yes, because she was under the influence.
It wasn't a car crash.
So it wasn't a car crash, you idiot. Oh my God.
Have you read the article?
Hold on, it doesn't. No. Hold on. It wasn't a car crash if she intentionally chose to get it.
Big up in for Ready for following me on Kick. Appreciate you, fam.
In the car and run the chick over. That's not a car crash.
No, she was trying to flee the scene.
No, she wasn't. That's a damn lie.
Bruh, this woman's just absolutely chatting shit, bruh. She's just chatting shit at this point. Like, she's either trolling or chatting shit, bruh. Like, this is mad.
Lie.
I could tell from the look on her face.
That's a damn lie.
I could tell from the look on her face.
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
Yes, I could tell from the look on her face.
Why are you lying? So now you're going to defend the attacker. So now you are going to defend the attacker.
I stand for all women. It doesn't matter.
She stands for all women, even if one woman deletes another woman. Bruh, this doesn't even make sense at this point. The smart thing would be to not have no opinion. But you're just saying anything. Like, this is, bruh, like, oh God.
You don't matter who's actually right and wrong in this.
No, because they're women and they're right. It's all the man's fault anyway. Like,
oh my God. What? This is scary. She said it's all the man's fault. No, we have to pull that bit back, bruv. We have to pull that bit back.
Wrong in this.
No, because they're women and they're right. It's all the man's fault anyway. Like,
they're women and they're right, and it's all the man's fault anyway. Even though this woman in the green ran over the woman in the white, but it's nobody's fault except a man who wasn't in the driver's seat, wasn't there. Like, I don't understand how. Like, this is very, very psychotic right now.
Like, I thought we already
You're
came
actually
to
a
that.
mental. You're actually a nutcase.
How am I the
Nothing
nutcase?
that you
You're the
say
one that
makes
doesn't
sense.
even know God. You don't know God.
So you don't
When
want
was
to
the last
actually
time you
hold.
even went to church?
Hold on. You don't want to hold the attacker accountable for literally trying to unalive
I am holding the attacker accountable. That's why I'm cursing at the man.
So hold on, Bambi.
That's why I'm cursing at the man.
So hold on, Bambi. So if another woman tries to unalive another woman, you're not going to hold her accountable.
No, but we need to look at the root cause, which is the man. That's why I'm cursing the man.
Answer my question.
Bruh, the woman is the one that did the action, fam. Like, what are you talking about? This is what I'm saying. They just want to remove all accountability. Women, they're trying to act like the woman is just a child. Like, she's incapable of making sensible, logical decisions, bro. She's just there. She's just a victim. She jumps in the car, in the driver's seat. She's holding the steering wheel. She presses her foot on the accelerator. But somehow it's the man's fault, bro. This is crazy, fam.
Are you not going to hold another woman accountable for trying to unalive another woman?
Women don't do anything wrong. It's never the woman's fault. It's always the men's fault. That's what
You're just trolling at this point. You're actually just trolling.
I'm not trolling. I'm being dead ass.
So you will never hold another woman accountable for trying to hurt another woman.
Women are innocent.
Wow.
That's not my question. Would you ever hold another woman accountable for hurting another woman?
I have to think about that one. I'll get back.
Wow, she has to think about it. She has to think about it. How does this make sense, bro? A woman attempts to delete another woman And she has to think about it if she's going to hold the woman accountable for that action. What is there to think about? You absolute nutcase.
And this is why I say that
us women need to stand together.
This is why I said, this is exactly why I said,
us women need to stand together. What is there to stand with her about? She tried to unalive the woman.
They deserved for what happened.
No, see, you just don't know God. That's your problem.
No, it has nothing. It has. Listen, I don't want to.
Because no God-fearing person
Bambi,
will talk like that.
Bambi. I don't want to hear you talk about God anymore. Okay, I don't talk about God with community boxes. Okay, if you want to talk about God,
I'm not a community box. So shut your mouth.
If you want to talk about God, go do that somewhere else. But on my life, I don't talk about God, because the last person I want to hear talk about God is someone that takes got 3,000 for a living. I ain't doing that.
Actually, I'm happily taken.
Okay, yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, sure.
That's a lie. That is a lie. The way she's talking, there's no sensible man, no sane man is going to be around somebody like that. She's lying.
Why do you sound mad? Why do you sound jealous? It's not my fault you're single.
I'm jealous
it's not
of
my
you.
Fault you're single.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not my fault you're single.
Okay, believe that. I don't care. Yeah. I'm not buying that. You do whatever you want to do. The reality is I don't talk about God. Okay? Because none of you females know anything about God. So let's stick to the topic. Let's stick to the topic. I don't want to hear about God.
All right, fine. We won't listen.
The victim chose to put herself in that environment, and the attacker is just as pathetic as the victim.
But the most pathetic is the man.
No, he's not, because he is alive and living his best life. If anything, he's actually the smartest.
How do you know he's not ridden with guilt? Crying at the moment.
No, why would he be ridden with guilt? He got away scot-free from 2 crazy chicks. Any man would be celebrating. God. These 2 females are not even sane. Look at them. Nothing is real on their body. They do anything for
their
for
heart
money.
is real.
They do anything
their heart
for
is
D.
real, though. But they got real hearts though.
No one cares about their heart, because they didn't care. Why?
So what? Men don't have real hearts then? So is it only women that have hearts, or do men have hearts as well, or which one is it? Because the way you're talking, bro, like, I don't understand. This woman is just so weird.
Why should people care about their heart if they didn't even care?
I feel like that's a hasty judgment to make.
It's not. They didn't care. When they got their BBLs, did they care about their hearts then?
How do you know they're just not naturally thick?
No, they got BBLs.
Oh my God, are you for real? Cuz how do you know they're not naturally thick, bruh? You're not real. This woman is trolling, bruh. Hey, everyone, make sure you follow me on Kick, man. King Riches on Kick. Make sure you're following me over there. I'm going to be doing IRL streams on Kick, bruh.
There's no way you are going to look you're going to look odd shaped like that. That's not a healthy body.
I don't know,
people who are actually curvaceous actually look normal. That is not a normal aesthetic. It's not a normal body. So when they chose to have all that surgery on their face, on their bodies,
yeah, but
they didn't care about their heart. They didn't care about their heart.
Yeah, of course they did. That's what their heart was telling them. Their heart was telling them that they wanted a BBL. They obviously followed their heart.
So then they chose to put their life at risk. So yeah, I don't care about their heart either. You don't, so why should I?
You don't have a heart. I've already realized that. I just come to the conclusion that your heart's not working properly.
Yeah, that's fine. It kept me alive. Look at her.
Oh my God. Oh my God, you do need God, for real.
I told you don't speak about God, because none of you females know about God. You advocate for community bots getting their cheeks clapped.
No,
and you want to talk about God. Please stop insulting people's intelligence. Stop insulting people's intelligence and stop speaking about God. Because at this point, you're just insulting people.
I actually advocate for all women, including you. I told you I'm your voice as well.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You are the voice of every community box. That's what you are.
But
you actually don't want the best for women.
I do want the best for women. I want them to be the best at whatever they want to be, whether that's a 304, or whether that's a doctor, whether that's a nurse, whatever it is, be the best that you can be. I'm also your voice as well. You should be thanking me.
No.
Wow, this woman is an absolute idiot, bro.
no, it has nothing to do with me. What it is that you females just enjoy degeneracy. That's all that it is.
Have you ever heard of the Cyndi Lauper song? Girls just wanna have fun. Like,
Oh my god, this woman's just trolling. Absolutely trolling, bruh.